In the golden age of aviation, when flying was still a daring and dangerous adventure, a few pioneers stood out for their courage and skill. Among them was a woman who quietly crash-landed her way into the history books, but whose story has been largely forgotten. Her name was Beryl Markham, and this is her remarkable flight across the Atlantic. Beryl Markham was born in 1902 in England, but moved to Kenya with her father when she was 4 years old. There, she grew up among the wild animals and the native tribes, learning to hunt, ride, and speak Swahili. She also developed a passion for flying and became the first woman in Africa to earn a commercial pilot's license. She worked as a bush pilot, transporting passengers and cargo across the vast and rugged terrain. Markham was also a daring and unconventional woman who defied the social norms of her time. She had several affairs, including one with the famous writer Karen Blixen, who wrote Out of Africa under the pen name Isaac Dinesen. She also married and divorced 3 times and had a son who she rarely saw. In 1936, Markham decided to attempt the most challenging feat of her flying career, to cross the Atlantic Ocean solo from east to west. This was considered much harder than flying from west to east, as it meant going against the prevailing winds and weather. Only one person had done it before, Charles Lindbergh in 1927. No woman had ever done it. Markham had a powerful ally in her quest, Tom Campbell Black, a fellow pilot and lover, who helped her prepare for the flight. He arranged for her to borrow a Percival Vega Gull, a single-engine plane that could fly for about 20 hours. He also plotted her course, which would take her from Abingdon, England, to New York, USA, via Newfoundland and Nova Scotia. On September 4, 1936, Markham took off from Abingdon at 5:18 p.m., carrying only a thermos of coffee, a packet of sandwiches, and a bottle of brandy. She flew over Ireland and then headed into the open sea, where she faced strong headwinds, turbulence, and ice. She also had to deal with a faulty fuel gauge, a broken altimeter, and a cracked exhaust pipe. Markham later wrote about her ordeal in her memoir, West with the Night. She described how she felt alone and vulnerable in the dark and stormy sky, how she fought to stay awake and alert, and how she prayed for a glimpse of land. The stars are dead. The animals will not look. We are left alone with our day, and the time is short, and history to the defeated may say alas, but cannot help or pardon. After flying for more than 20 hours, Markham finally saw the coast of North America. But she had drifted off course, and instead of reaching New York, she found herself over Nova Scotia. She had run out of fuel and had no choice but to make an emergency landing in a bog near Cape Breton. Markham was lucky to survive the crash, with only a cut on her forehead. She was greeted by 2 fishermen who took her to a nearby farmhouse. There she asked for a cup of tea and a phone, and calmly announced that she had just flown from England. Markham's feat made headlines around the world and earned her praise from fellow aviators, including Amelia Earhart, who called her a gallant lady. Markham was also awarded the Harmon Trophy, a prestigious prize for outstanding achievements in aviation. But Markham's glory was short-lived. She was overshadowed by another female pilot, John Batten, who broke her record by flying from England to New Zealand in the same year. She was also criticized by some for relying too much on Black's help and for not reaching her intended destination. Markham herself felt that she had failed and never attempted another long-distance flight. Markham returned to Africa, where she resumed her work as a bush pilot. She also wrote her memoir, which was praised by Ernest Hemingway, who said it was a bloody wonderful book. But the book did not sell well, and Markham faded into obscurity. She died in 1986 at the age of 83 in Nairobi, Kenya. Beryl Markham was a woman of many talents and contradictions. She was a pioneer, a rebel, a lover, and a writer. She was also a forgotten hero who deserves to be remembered for her courage and skill. She was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic from east to west, and she did it with style and grace.